Interest seems to be waning after the initial flurry of excitement over the historic nameplate's return. The most sought-after off-road vehicle for the last 2 to 3 years has been this particular model. Just recently, though, things started to change. Sales numbers for the month of April were 25% lower than those for the same period last year, and this downward trend persisted. Check out these 7 startling reasons for the Ford Bronco's poor sales. Number 7. Unreliable powertrain options. Ford decided to use turbocharged engines in the new Bronco in order to outperform the Wrangler in terms of performance. While these engines are more efficient and have more torque than their normally aspirated counterparts, they are less dependable. There are 2 powerful powertrain options available for the Bronco, a 330 horsepower engine and a 418 horsepower Bronco Raptor. For an off-road vehicle, these engines have shown to be less dependable and robust. Premature turbocharger difficulties have been caused by issues with the base 2.3-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, namely with the turbo wastegate in numerous Ford models. Moreover, a few customers complained about general overheating and problems with the cooling system. A few months ago, Ford issued a recall for Bronco models equipped with this engine that were manufactured in December because of a weak seal at the main oil galley plug, which increased the possibility of excessive oil leakage and engine failure. Ford gave dealers instructions to swap out the engines at no expense to the owners. There are also concerns with the larger 2.7-liter V6 engine, mostly related to the valve design, which results in power loss, trouble starting, and other troubles. Ford still has to fix these flaws in full despite multiple complaints. Number 6. Transmission issues. The transmission in the new Bronco has never been its greatest point, which is not unexpected considering that the same unit powers the Ranger pickup and a number of mid-size SUVs, including the Explorer. Owners of Broncos have been reporting problems with this transmission for a while, including slipping gears and dragging clutches. Along with these usual complaints include a burning smell during heavy use and harsh gear changes, especially during downshifts. It's especially troubling since these problems frequently arise at extremely low mileage. Even more unfortunate are those who chose and eventually received their manual transmission versions, since several have reported dry bearing noise from the very beginning. Thankfully, it appears Ford is aware of the problem, as dealers are providing free, full replacements. Still, the task takes weeks to finish on average. Given the severity of the 7-speed manual transmission issue, Ford has already declared that it would no longer be producing manual Broncos after this year. Number 5. Ride quality. Ford's designers wanted to make the Bronco more comfortable and adaptable on paved roads, but the Wrangler's solid front and rear axles are designed for uncompromising off-road capability. Instead of using solid front axles, they put in a multi-link suspension system up front to accomplish this. Though there isn't much of a difference, the intention was to achieve a decent balance in both areas. On paved roads, the Wrangler does feel a little stiffer, but the Bronco isn't all that comfortable either. A unibody crossover with a strong all-wheel drive system can be preferred by those looking for a compromise between off-road capability and on-road comfort. When compared to contemporary crossovers, the Bronco's ride appears choppy and it exhibits considerable body lean in turns. Furthermore, the solid axle of the Wrangler seems more robust and long-lasting than the front suspension of the Bronco. Overall, we don't believe that this suspension system provides a very good value. Number 4. Price. One of the key draws of the Ford Bronco's resurgence was its reasonable price. Its base pricing was initially less than the Wrangler's. But the Bronco's price rose along with its popularity, while the Wrangler's stayed mostly steady. As a result, the Wrangler ended up being the more economical choice. To make matters worse, Ford dropped its entry-level model, which increased the price difference between the two. As of right now, the least expensive Bronco is over $41,000, whereas the least expensive Wrangler is about $32,000. For those looking for a lower-end model, the price difference is substantial even if the standard Bronco has more equipment. Furthermore, the base Wrangler is still a better off-road vehicle than the base Bronco. Although the Bronco's off-road capabilities can be greatly enhanced, the cost is high. Mid-range models cost more than $50,000, and the most powerful ones, like the Bronco Raptor, can cost close to 6 figures. This increase in price is very noteworthy. Number 3. Sound insulation. The situation gets worse when people who are looking for a smooth and comfortable ride discover that the Bronco's sound insulation is not as good as they had anticipated. The vehicle's large all-terrain tires, boxy design, and high ground clearance all add to the noise pollution from the roadway. Furthermore, the hardtop model's ceiling is of poor quality, leaving many owners unhappy. While some have tried adding more ceiling to the hardtop, this hasn't worked perfectly. Owners have attempted to lessen noise by closing the cargo area and doors, but this is a difficult problem to resolve due to the Bronco's poor aerodynamics. Number 2. Interior quality. Although it has been on the market for a short while, the Ford Bronco is a contemporary SUV that is primarily intended for off-road use. When compared to the Wrangler, its cabin design may initially appear more imaginative and high-end, but the craftsmanship is not nearly up to pace for the price category. Although the cabin has some visually pleasing portions, a large portion of it is composed of rough plastic. Even while Ford has done a wonderful job of making the surfaces look nice, with intriguing color schemes and designs, most of them are not really pleasant to the touch. You can discover even less expensive materials in the region behind the seats. The Bronco also lacks a few standard amenities, such rear cup holders, and some owners have even voiced their dissatisfaction over the absence of second-row AC vents. But considering the vehicle's intended use, this isn't a huge disadvantage. The interior of the Bronco frequently creaks and squeaks, and those who enjoy technology and music may not be pleased with the subpar sound system. Lastly, removing the hardtop is a labor-intensive and intricate task that needs to be completed by two strong adults. Number 1. Not really a better off-roader than the Wrangler. Although the Bronco's legendary moniker and classic styling are its biggest selling features, its off-road capabilities are also a big attraction. Though we're not persuaded it does, the Bronco was built to perform better than the Wrangler. Although both models are excellent off-roaders with plenty of possible modifications, we think the Wrangler provides greater value for base vehicles, especially given its much cheaper starting price. For off-road durability and dependability, we favor the solid front axle found on the Wrangler. Furthermore, the base Bronco and Wrangler have different ground clearance measurements, 8.4 inches and 9.7 inches, respectively. In addition, the Bronco has smaller 30-inch all-terrain tires, whereas the Wrangler has larger 31-inch tires. Higher trim levels can considerably improve both models. Top-tier models, like the Wrangler Rubicon 392 and Bronco Raptor, have improved suspension, locking differentials, and remarkable ground clearance, and they perform similarly. Both are available in high-performance models and can cross 34 inches of water. However, even in this regard, we give the Wrangler a small advantage, not just because of its stronger engine, but also because of the Hemi V8 engine's better sound characteristics. If we limit our analysis to the regular models, we still think the Wrangler performs better. Furthermore, we are more confident in the Wrangler's normally aspirated V6 engine than in Ford's troublesome turbo 4-cylinder unit.